Hello all, welcome back to my channel How to Mathematics. Today I'm going to be showing you what is a distributive property, commutative property and the associative property, and also why does it work. So let us look at the distributive property first. So what is it exactly? It is a statement that for any three numbers A, B, C, we'll call them that for now, A times B plus A times C multiply is times equals to A times B plus C. Now let us take an example where A is 3, B is 4 and C is 5. So 3 times 4 plus 3 times 5 then should be equals to 3 times 4 plus 5. So 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 4 plus 5. Here 4 plus 5 equals to 9. So 3 times 9 will be 27. 12 plus 15 also equals to 27. So the right hand side of the equation equals to the left hand side of the equation. So these values are true for the distributive property. But remember, this works for all numbers. You can try out any other three numbers also and it will work. Why does it work? Then why does it work? Let's see that. Here we can assume that the 3 which we took as A is the smaller side of a rectangle, and there's another side which is 4. Sorry for that. Okay, there's another side which is 4, and then there's another rectangle that is again 3 as a side, and then another bigger side is 5. Okay, so over here the number of dots in the smaller rectangle equal to 3 times 4 or A times B. In the larger rectangle 3 times 5 or A times C. So when we add this, what happens? The first, the shorter side, which is length 3, remains same because it's common in both of them, so it remains same. On the other hand, the two longer sides become even longer, and since the first one is okay, again sorry, yeah, since the first longer one is 4 and the second longer one is 5, total will become 9. So it'll become 3 times 9, the number of dots over here. So that's why the distributive property works. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. Now let us look at the commutative property. So what does it say? For any two numbers A and B, that's what we are calling it, A plus B equals to B plus A, and A times B equals to B times A. So let us take an example. A equals to 3 and B equals to 4. So over here 3 plus 4 has to be equals to 4 plus 3, 7 equals to 7. So it's true. Now the multiplication part. 3 times 4 equals to 4 times 3. So therefore 12 equal to 12. And that's why it also works for the multiplication in example. Note that this also works for all numbers. Why does it work? Let us see again. We can take the same examples. So let us make again two rectangles. One has 3 dots, another has 4 dots. If we arrange them, the third 3 dots one first and the 4 dots one second, which will be 3 plus 4, the total number of dots, it will be 7. When you count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if you put the 4 dots one first and the 3 dots one in the last, it will still be the same. But it will be 4 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. still 7. So in addition, when you are adding two numbers, you can a plus b can also be written as b plus a. Let us see multiplication. Here, how do you get the number of dots? You do 3 times 4 because there are 3 dots here and 4 dots here. If you rotate it, there'll be 4 dots in the above and 3 dots like vertically. Yeah. So over here, even this will have the same number of dots as this one because it's just rotated. While rotating, the number of dots won't change. So 3 times 4, 12 dots. 4 times 3, still 12 dots. So that's why it works. Now let us talk about the associative property. So what does it say? Again, we have three numbers right now. For any three numbers A, B, C, that's what we are calling it right now, while adding or multiplying them, order won't matter. So what does that mean? We're again taking the same values. So let us say we want to add 3, 4 and 5. What should we add first? 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 3. Okay. But what this property says that no matter in which order you add, the answer is going to remain the same. Let us see. Let us say we want to add 3 plus 4 first. So 3 plus 4, 7. And then 5 remains. On the right hand side, we add 4 plus 5 first. So 9 will be here and 3 will remain. So how much is 7 plus 5? 12. 3 plus 9? Also 12. Let's see about multiplication. 3 times 4. Okay, sorry for that. Okay. 3 times 4, which will be 12. And then 5 remains. Then we do 4 times 5 first, 20. 3 remains. 12 times 5 is 60. 3 times 20, also 60. So note that this also works for all numbers, and for these values it is true since the LHS equals to RHS. Remember that. But why does it work? We can you see this using cuboids. If you don't know what a cuboid is, it's just a three-dimensional rectangle. And for this, you'll need to know something about volume. Actually, volume is nothing but the breadth of the cuboid times the length of the cuboid times the height of the cuboid. So what I'm saying over here is, here the height of the cuboid in the first image is 4, okay, and the breadth of the cuboid is 3, the length of the cuboid is 5. And when we rotate this shape, these values change, and these values change, and then we can multiply it differently in different order. So let us just see. Here it is 5. In the first one it is 5 times 4 times 3. So if we first do 5 times 4, 20 times 3, 60. Then we do 4 times 5 times 3. 4 times 5, which will be 20 again, times 3, again 60. Let us try one last one. 5 times 3 times 4. 15 times 4, which will also be equals to 60. So now you have learned why the associative property works, why the commutative property works, and why the distributive property works. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.